So it finishes. West Ham 3, Arsenal 1. Frank's still with us. Craig, is this a big deal?
I don't think so.
Why is it a big deal? Why is United a big deal?
Oh,
It's not a big
I knew you
deal.
were going to say that because
I'm just saying.
I know you just did that because there'll be some Man United fans going, "Oh, you're not going to have a go at Arsenal." Well, it's a completely different scenario, isn't it? Man United are a shambles and Arsenal are not. This competition is one that I'm slightly disappointed because, and I'm sure the sponsors will be, because I'm sure they'd want the likes of Arsenal, Man City, maybe even Man United, because they try, it's a big global audience for them, although they're absolutely rank rotten to watch. But all these big clubs, you'd expect to get to the quarters, semi-finals, maybe even the final. And I'm not saying Arsenal took their eye off the ball, but he made changes and hasn't worked for them. But, well, put it one way, I think Arsenal fans will be pretty happy that they can go and concentrate on other matters.
Do you agree, Frank? Not a big deal?
It's not a big deal, if at the end of the season you get something out of it. I mean, if you don't get any silverware because you sacrifice that competition and that you finish second in the Premier League, you are out in maybe semi-final of the Champions League and you lose in the FA Cup, you will have a season with nothing. So you might regret the fact that you lost against West Ham. So it's not a big deal because I agree with Craig. You want to concentrate on bigger competition. But at the end of the day, a silverware is a silverware, and for players it's always important. So it would have been maybe a chance, because Manchester City didn't take it seriously, to get something out of it. But decided that way. He had to rotate, that I understand. But they didn't do the game that we were expecting, that's for sure.
But they put a team out strong enough to win.
Yeah, most definitely. We said that before the game, didn't we? There's enough attacking force there.
Yeah, listen, I think you show exactly how deep this Arsenal squad is.
Because West Ham made changes as well.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I still show how deep a squad it is. And without question, I think pound for pound, Arsenal certainly the stronger starting 11 than West Ham. But just given where Arsenal are, given all the fronts that they continue to challenge on, it's one that if you win, you're happy for it. If you lose, you're not really that disappointed.
The Carabao Cup don't want VAR in these stages because there are some clubs that you can't be used at, hence it won't be used until the semi-finals.
That's where that's where I don't get the argument that we need to go back to this just officiating with the three guys and the fourth official.
Yeah.
It's like as if it's the 1970s.
To that point, if there are 5 glaring errors and VAR gets 4 of them right and one they mess up, you can't throw all the others out because...
But they want a level playing field, Shaq. They don't think it's fair if some games have VAR and some others.
I think you want a level playing field between the two teams that are competing against each other. And as long as both of them are playing under the same conditions, whatever those conditions may look like, VAR or not, windy or not, that's all that really matters. So I don't get this. I don't get this, well, we can use it at this ground, but not at the other. I mean, if it's available, use it. It makes the game better, in my opinion.
A lot of people don't like VAR, Frank, and they cite that it makes a lot of mistakes. But when you see games like this, it's impossible to kind of put it back in the box, isn't it?
Exactly. That would be completely unreasonable to think that you will have a better football without the VAR. The VAR has proven, especially when the VAR is not there, that it's proven that you need the VAR. And we're going to talk about Chelsea. You have 3 decisions from the ref, and you could have 3 penalties on that game against Blackburn. On that matter, Ramsdale should have a foul for him, and therefore the goal should have been disallowed easily with the VAR, with only professional people in the VAR, of course, not people in the restroom at the time or in the bar at the time, But like we see sometimes. But obviously, the VAR made an improvement for refereeing in the world, and it has to be used. I mean, the Carabao Cup it's games between professional teams, if I don't mistake. So it should be everywhere a possibility to have the VAR in those games.
Thank you very much, Frank. So West Ham then advance to the next round of the Carabao Cup.